Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive, where, we like to get into those really fascinating topics. This time we're diving into something pretty incredible. We're talking about businesses that have not just survived, but thrived for centuries.
Wow. Yeah.
Think about it, like across wars,
Hmm.
economic upheavals,
Right.
relentless technological advancements.
Absolutely.
The sheer resilience is it's mind-boggling.
It makes you wonder about the average lifespan of most companies.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you see so many startups and even like well-established businesses.
Yeah.
They might last a few decades, maybe a century if they're lucky.
Yeah.
But to think that some have endured for like half a millennium or even longer, it's pretty astonishing.
It really is.
And the sources you've gathered for this deep dive, they provide a really unique perspective on these outliers.
Yeah.
As we explore their histories, I think it'll be interesting to see how they balance tradition and change, manage things like succession, and adapted to these unforeseen challenges that, inevitably pop up over such a long period of time.
For sure. Absolutely. We've got articles here. I've got stuff from Works, thework.com, parawattmagazine.com.
Wow.
There's stuff here from publishing and insed.edu, inokipedia.org.
Oh, wow. You've been busy.
Oh, yeah. I dug deep for this one.
Yeah.
Vanguardngr.com, bestdiplomats.org. Some really great sources here.
Yeah, that sounds like a really solid collection.
Yeah, and they get into the stories, where
yeah.
they started, their location, their main activities.
Yeah.
And most importantly, the key strategies that have helped them last for so long.
Exactly. That's what we're really after here. The secrets to their longevity.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking ancient construction, hospitality in Japan. We're going to look at some institutions in Austria, Germany.
Fascinating.
Even the organizations responsible for currency, like in France and the UK. It's amazing to think about.
It is. It's a really diverse set of companies.
It is, yeah.
Each one operating within its own unique historical and cultural context.
Right, exactly.
But what's really going to be insightful here, I think, is to see what common threads emerge across these vastly different experiences.
I think you're right. Finding those fundamental principles
Yes.
that have allowed these organizations to not just exist, but to thrive and stay relevant for generations.
Yeah.
That's the gold we're digging for here. And for you listening, we want you to think about how these long-term strategies might apply to your own life, your work, or, anything you're passionate about.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's unpack this incredible history.
Okay, let's do it.
We're going to start all the way back in the 6th century
Wow.
with Kongo Gumi in Japan.
Okay.
This construction firm was founded in 578 AD,
Wow.
which is almost unimaginable to me.
It's hard to even grasp that kind of timescale. I know, it's hard to even fathom it. And it was established by a Korean carpenter who was tasked with building Japan's first Buddhist temple.
Interesting. So right from the start, they were specialized?
Yes.
They weren't just any construction firm. They had this very specific and culturally significant focus right from the get-go.
Exactly. And they continued to build on that expertise.
They did.
Becoming, the primary builders and repairers of Buddhist temples.
Wow.
Including iconic landmarks like Shitenouji,
Oh, wow.
Fuji, and much later Osaka Castle. This deep specialization within such a vital cultural sphere, it provided this remarkably stable foundation for centuries.
It's like they tapped into something timeless, something that transcended the typical ups and downs of business.
Totally. And what's really interesting? This company remained within the same Kongo family for an astounding 40 generations.
40 generations? Are you serious?
I know, it's wild. That even includes instances of adopted heirs.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't strictly bloodline.
Yeah. It wasn't, no. It speaks to this deliberate and persistent effort to maintain family control and knowledge transfer over such a huge, vast amount of time. They navigated so many societal shifts.
Like what?
Feudal wars, periods of both, flourishing and suppression of Buddhism.
Yeah, they must have seen it all.
They really did. They saw everything. And it wasn't just about their niche or family lineage, Their longevity wasn't simply a matter of existing for a long time.
Right.
The sources emphasized their capacity for adaptation.
Oh, interesting. So how did they adapt?
Well, during periods of stability, when temple construction was in high demand, they definitely benefited from state patronage.
Of course, that makes sense.
But when times were less favorable, They strategically diversified
Ah, that's smart.
into secular construction projects.
So they pivoted, but they still leveraged their core expertise in construction.
Exactly.
That seems like a really critical factor in their survival.
It really does. And they have this powerful corporate motto.
Oh, it is.
It says, inheritance of techniques from 1,400 years ago to the future.
Wow, that's beautiful. You can really feel the weight of history in that statement.
I know, it's almost poetic.
And the accumulated knowledge passed down through generations. It really highlights the importance of building a strong brand identity based on consistent, high-quality work.
Yeah.
But, Kongo Gumi's story also has this cautionary element to it.
Oh.
Despite their incredible history,
Yeah.
they ran into some financial trouble back in 2006.
Oh, no.
And they ended up becoming a subsidiary of another company.
Wow.
It's a reminder that even the most enduring companies aren't immune to, the pressures of the modern business world.
Yeah.
And in their case, it seems like it stemmed from overly ambitious expansion efforts.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it really is. It highlights the importance of balancing ambition with prudence.
Yeah, I mean, even with 14 centuries of operation, the lessons are pretty clear, right?
Yeah, what are they?
Maintain a strong focus on your core expertise. Cultivate that ability to adapt to changing circumstances.
Right.
Prioritize robust succession planning.
Yeah.
But also, exercise financial prudence.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Right, and avoid those pitfalls of overextension.
Yeah.
It's like this balancing act between tradition and the demands of the present.
It's a constant dance, isn't it?
It is, it really is. So let's move on to another remarkable Japanese institution.
Okay.
Nishiyama Onsen Kyunkan.
That's a mouthful.
It is. It was founded even earlier, in 705 AD.
Wow, even older.
This establishment actually holds the Guinness World Record as the oldest continuously operating hotel.
A hotel. That's incredible.
I know. Think about providing hospitality for over 13 centuries.
Wow. That's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's just wild, right? And just like Kongo Gumi, it was managed by the same family.
Oh, really?
For an incredible 52 generations.
52. That's even more than Kongo Gumi.
I know. This lineage dedicated to the service of others is just it's inspiring.
It really is. I wonder what kind of people stayed there over the years.
Oh, I know. They welcome samurai lords. Shoguns.
Imagine the stories those walls could tell.
Oh, my goodness. And what's really compelling here is their core offering, those natural hot spring baths.
Oh, the onsen.
Yes. The onsen. It's such a timeless draw. Since its inception, the water's been flowing from the same Hakuho springs.
Wow, that's amazing. So they have this unique natural asset.
They do.
That just keeps people coming back no matter what's happening in the world.
It's true, yeah. But they haven't remained static.
They haven't.
No. The sources detail how they've carefully upgraded their facilities over time.
Okay, in what way?
They've evolved from these rudimentary rock pools to modern rooms featuring private baths.
Oh, wow. So they've modernized.
They have.
But I guess they've kept the essence of the onsen experience.
Yes, exactly. They understood the necessity of offering, contemporary comfort while preserving that essential experience of the natural onsen.
It's a smart balance.
It is, yeah. And it's interesting because direct family ownership actually transitioned in 2017.
Oh, really? So it's not family-run anymore?
Not directly, but the tradition of hospitality continues under new management.
Huh. So it seems like a powerful brand legacy can, in some cases, outlive direct family involvement?
That's what it seems like, yeah. So the key learnings from Nishiyama Onsen Kyunkan, they seem to be about the importance of that unique and consistently desirable core offering, the need for careful and considered stewardship across generations, and the effectiveness of gradual, thoughtful adaptation over radical change.
Like evolve, don't revolutionize.
Right. And again, that recurring theme of succession planning.
Right, even if it leads to outside leadership eventually.
Right, exactly. So let's move on to our next Japanese example.
Okay.
Genda Shigyu Paper Industries, established in 771 AD.
Wow, another ancient one.
It is, and this company holds the distinction of being the oldest paper goods manufacturer.
Paper goods, huh? Interesting.
Yeah. They specialize in washiam. It's traditional Japanese paper and various ceremonial items.
So they've been making paper by hand for, what, over 1,200 years?
I know, it's amazing, right?
That's not just a business, it's an art form.
It is, yeah, and it's become deeply intertwined with Japanese culture.
Oh, I bet.
Used for, delicate gift wrapping to significant religious ceremonies.
It's amazing how certain crafts endure.
It is.
Yeah.
And they actually made a very strategic decision to move with the imperial capital from Nara to Kyoto in 794.
Oh, why did they do that?
Well, it demonstrates their awareness of their primary market, being close to the seat of power.
That's smart. Stay close to your customer.
Exactly. And what really stands out here is their unwavering commitment to this culturally significant niche. I mean, the advent of mass-produced paper, obviously.
Well, it transformed the industry.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
But the demand for authentic washi, for specific rituals, arts, and traditions, it persisted.
It makes sense. There's always a place for handcrafted, high-quality goods.
Exactly. And Genda Shigyu, they became the authority for quality and tradition in this specialized area.
They own that niche.
They did. And for a significant period, their Mizuhiki cords, which are these beautifully crafted cords, they were supplied exclusively to the imperial court.
Wow, so they had the royal seal of approval.
They did. That level of prestigious patronage, it provided remarkable stability.
It must have.
And reinforced their brand's reputation.
Makes sense. If it's good enough for the emperor, it's good enough for everyone.
Exactly. And, even today, they've formally incorporated as a modern company.
Oh, they have?
They have, yeah. They've expanded into wholesale and printing.
So they've modernized.
They have, but they continue to honor their heritage through their traditional craftsmanship.
That's great, holding on to their roots.
They are. It's a powerful illustration of the enduring strength of a business that's deeply rooted in cultural heritage.
Right.
And their authenticity, their mastery of this specialized craft that became their core brand identity.
And it shows how a company can innovate within its tradition.
Yes.
Maybe by, utilizing e-commerce or introducing new product lines, but doing it carefully.
Yes.
Without compromising their fundamental values.
Absolutely. So the enduring lessons from Genda Shigyu, they seem to be, the inherent strength of focusing on a culturally significant niche, the critical importance of maintaining authenticity and deep expertise within that niche, and the potential for strategic innovation that respects and builds upon historical brand value.
It's about evolution, not revolution.
Yeah, exactly. So let's journey westward now.
Oh, where are we going?
To Austria.
Austria, cool.
To explore St. Peter Stiftsschulenarium.
St. Peter what?
Stiftsschulenarium.
Okay. I'm going to have to write that one down.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tongue twister. It's an establishment with roots stretching back to 803 AD.
803, wow.
It's often cited as Europe's oldest continuously operating restaurant.
A restaurant? That's wild.
I know. It began as a guest house and tavern within St. Peter's Abbey in Salzburg.
So it has this, monastic origin.
It does. It's incredible to think that a restaurant has been continuously serving patrons with only, brief interruptions for over 1,200 years.
1,200 years, that's hard to wrap your head around.
It really is.
I wonder if they have a menu from, the 1500s.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be amazing? And there are even stories linking, historical figures like Christopher Columbus.
No way.
Mozart?
Wow, that's some serious history.
Look at this very location. I mean, can you imagine the layers of history within those walls?
I can only imagine the conversations that have taken place there.
I know, right? And what's particularly fascinating is their evolution from a simple monastic inn to a highly regarded dining destination.
So they've upped their game.
They have. They've managed to remain relevant in the Salzburg community for centuries.
That's impressive.
Isn't it? And even Napoleon's occupation, which caused a temporary closure, it didn't prevent their eventual reopening and continued operation.
They bounced back.
They did. And, they've leveraged their history in a really smart way.
Oh, how so?
They host Mozart-themed dinner concerts.
Oh, that's clever.
Capitalizing on the city's famous sun and attracting tourists.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to have dinner where Mozart might have dined?
I know, right? While their name has changed over time, their fundamental identity as a historic place to dine has remained their core draw.
That makes sense. History sells.
It really does. So the key takeaways from St. Peter's Stiftsschulenarium seem to be the importance of connecting with both tourist and local markets, the need to balance contemporary offerings with that appeal of historical heritage.
Right. Modern food with a historical background.
Yeah, and understanding that your history itself can be a powerful and enduring marketing advantage.
Absolutely. It's a built-in story.
Okay, so next stop takes us to Germany. Okay, and Staffelter Hof, established in 862 AD.
862. We're going way back again.
We are. This estate holds the title of the world's oldest continuously operating winery.
A winery. That's amazing.
I know, right?
So they've been cultivating grapes and producing wine for over 1,100 years.
It's unbelievable. I mean, from its beginnings as a Carolingian land grant to a Belgian monastery.
Interesting.
It was eventually acquired by the Schneider's family in 1805.
Okay.
And they've expertly managed it for 7 generations.
Wow. That's a deep connection to the land and the craft of winemaking.
It really is, particularly their celebrated Moselle Rieslings.
Ah, Mosel Rieslings, a classic. What's interesting to me is how they approach tradition and innovation.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, they've embraced modern enology.
Which is?
Oh, sorry. It's basically the science and study of winemaking.
Oh.
But at the same time, they've diligently maintained traditional practices.
So they're blending the old with the new.
Exactly. Like they age their wines in these ancient cellars.
Wow.
It's a really thoughtful blend of respecting the legacy while ensuring the quality of the wines today.
That makes a lot of sense. And like some of the other businesses we've discussed, they've strategically diversified.
How so?
They added a distillery and a guest house to their operations.
Ah, so they're creating complementary revenue streams.
Right.
But without straying too far from their core expertise.
Exactly. Their longevity seems to be rooted in their connection to the terroir of the Moselle region.
That makes sense for wine.
It does. The continuous family knowledge and expertise and their ability to adapt their winemaking techniques while still preserving the essential traditions of Moselle Rieslings.
Right, because in the wine world, heritage really matters.
Like it does.
It adds value.
Yeah. So the lessons from Staffelterhof, maintaining high product quality alongside that capacity for adaptation.
Right.
Recognizing that heritage enhances value in certain industries.
Yes.
And the benefits of diversifying offerings around your core brand.
Just a solid strategy.
All right, let's shift our focus to France now.
Ooh la la.
To the Monet de Paris. Monet de Paris.
Okay, tell me more.
Founded in 864 AD.
Wow, another one from the 9th century.
It is. It holds the distinction of being the oldest continuously running mint in the world.
A mint, like for making coins.
Yes, exactly.
Really cool.
I know. Producing a nation's currency for over 1,160 years of French history.
11,160 years. That's amazing.
It is. Imagine navigating all those regime changes.
Monarchies to republics, revolutions, wars, everything.
I know, it's mind-boggling. From the historical Edict of Pistres to the euro coins we use today, the Monnaie de Paris has been like a central pillar of the French state.
That's a long legacy.
It is. And while their original facility in Paris is now a museum,
oh, cool.
Their production has moved to a more modern plant.
So they've modernized.
They have.
But they still maintain those traditional techniques for like commemorative medals and stuff.
They do, yeah. They've really preserved that craftsmanship.
It's amazing how they've managed to adapt and stay relevant for so long. And you know what's striking to me? Their role is an essential government function.
Yeah.
The production of currency. It's a service that's always going to be in demand.
It's true. But their success hasn't just been about being essential, you know?
Right.
They've also shown a commitment to continuous improvement.
Yeah, and I imagine they've had to adapt to a lot of changes.
They have, like the shift from precious metals to base metals.
Right.
The adoption of the euro.
Huge change.
Huge changes. And they've diversified their activities.
They have.
Yeah, extending into commemorative coins, artistic metals, even jewelry.
Wow, so they've leveraged their expertise in metalworking and their brand reputation to explore new markets.
Yeah.
That's smart.
And they gained more autonomy in 2007 as an EPIC, which is basically a public industrial and commercial establishment.
Ah, so they have more freedom to operate.
Yeah. Their case really shows how staying relevant to a nation's needs while innovating your core craft is crucial for long-term survival.
It's a balancing act.
It is. All right. Back to Japan.
Back to Japan. Okay.
To Tanaka Iga.
Tanaka Iga. What do they do?
They were founded in 885 AD.
Okay.
And they're renowned for their Igayaki ceramics.
Ceramics, huh?
Yeah. They're based in the Iga region, which is an area known for its unique clay.
So they've got this special connection to the materials.
They do, yeah. Over 11 centuries of dedication to this art form.
11 centuries, wow.
It's pretty amazing. Their igayaki ware, it's characterized by its earthy tones and exceptional durability.
Okay.
And historically, it's served many purposes, like elegant tea ceremony vessels to everyday cookware.
So from the ceremonial to the practical.
Exactly. And they've maintained this deep connection to their artisanal roots.
It's great that they've held on to that tradition.
They have, yeah, but they've also shown an ability to adapt.
In what way?
Well, when demand for traditional pottery shifted.
Yeah, tastes change over time.
They do. They introduced new homewares that still utilized their distinctive clay and techniques, but appealed to more modern tastes.
So evolving with the times, but staying true to their core materials and skills.
Exactly. And they've capitalized on the modern appreciation for handmade goods.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Marketing their ceramics as both functional and artistic.
So they're tapping into that desire for authenticity.
Yes. They're a great example of a heritage brand thriving in a niche market. Absolutely. They value their tradition, and they've made it central to their brand identity.
It's their story.
It is. It shows the importance of authenticity,
Yeah.
deep expertise within your niche, and allowing for that gradual and thoughtful evolution of your product.
Stay relevant.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom.
The Royal Mint. Oh, yeah.
Its origins date back to around 886 AD.
Wow. Back to Alfred the Great.
During his reign, yes.
It's going back a ways.
It is. It evolved from the Saxon-era mints and has been responsible for striking the coinage of the UK for over 1,100 years.
Another institution that's essential to a nation's infrastructure.
Exactly. From its historical location within the Tower of London
Oh, wow. I don't know.
to its modern facility in Wales.
So they've moved with the times.
They have. The Royal Mint has been the official producer of British currency for over a millennium.
They've seen a lot of history.
They have. And they've been pioneers in their field,
Oh, how so?
introducing innovations like milled coin edges, to prevent clipping,
Huh, clever.
and the adoption of steam-powered presses for more efficient production.
Wow. So they've been at the forefront of minting technology.
They really have. And they've navigated huge historical shifts,
Yeah, like what?
like the decimalization of the UK's currency.
Oh, right. That must have been a huge undertaking.
It was. And more recently, they've diversified.
They have.
Yeah. Into bullion sales, jewelry manufacturing, and gold recycling.
Wow. So they're branching out.
They are. It seems that even an institution as traditional as a national mint has to evolve.
Absolutely. They have to adapt to the changing demands of the market.
Yeah. Their brand is built on centuries of trust
Mm,
and a reputation for quality and security.
that's a powerful foundation.
It is, and it's allowed them to expand into these new areas.
It's a testament to the power of a strong, reliable brand.
Okay, our final stop brings us to Sean's Bar in Ireland.
Sean's Bar. Sounds like a cozy place.
It is. It claims a founding date of around 900 AD.
900 AD. Are you serious?
Yep. Often celebrated as the oldest pub in the world.
Wow. That's incredible.
I know. Just imagine a gathering place for over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000 years of people sharing stories, drinks, laughter.
I know. It's amazing, right? And, there have been archaeological discoveries that support their claim.
Oh, really?
Yeah, evidence of 10th century materials and old coins found on the premises.
Yeah, it's pretty convincing.
It is. It's continuously operated on the same site in Athlone,
Wow.
becoming a real local landmark.
I bet. And they've kept that traditional Irish pub atmosphere.
They have, yeah. Historical artifacts, live music, the whole experience.
It's all about authenticity.
It is. The building's been updated, of course, but that core offering of drinks, hospitality, that sense of community, it remains unchanged.
That's the heart of a pub, isn't it?
It is. They've even embraced their history as a tourist attraction.
Makes sense. It's a great story.
They offer their own whiskey and merchandise.
That's smart.
Yeah.
What stands out to me here is the power of that local connection.
Yeah,
Building a community around your business.
absolutely.
And embracing that unique story. The simplicity and consistency of their offering, I think, has played a big role in their longevity.
It makes sense. It teaches us that authenticity and a sense of place can be just as vital as, aggressive growth or expansion.
Yeah, sometimes it's about being the best at what you do, not necessarily the biggest.
Right. So, wow, what a journey through time.
That was amazing.
Right. We've explored these remarkable businesses.
Yeah.
What are the themes that emerge for you?
Well, a few things really stand out. First, that unwavering commitment to core quality and purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of these companies built a strong reputation
Yeah.
by consistently delivering excellence,
Yeah.
whether it was construction, hospitality, paper goods, or currency.
It's about being the best at what you do.
Exactly. And they stayed focused on their core.
Yeah.
But they also adapted to changing circumstances without losing their identity.
Right. They evolved.
They did. It's like they understood that change is inevitable.